my cutting garden hasn't quite gone to plan this year, in that I've realised that I haven't got enough space in the sun, and I desperately need to get an outside tap so I can put some irrigation in. But the first of the larkspur have started to flower, and I actually think I'm going to leave them in the garden, these first few flowers anyway, because they're really pretty. So there's this little single petalled purplish one, and then next to it this little pink, which is rather lovely, and then these double flowers here, which are also rather fabulous. It was a mixed packet, so I didn't know what colour they were going to come out, so I'm kind of just waiting to see what happens. And then I've got all of these as well, so these are starting to produce their little buds, and when all of these start coming out, I might then harvest a few flowers to take inside, but for now I'm just enjoying some nice colour in the flower beds, especially this one. I've been shopping. I can never come away without getting something. So new succulents are this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Now I haven't really worked out what I'm going to be doing with all my succulents. At the moment they're just in the porch. I've got just this little succulent area. I need to get some nicer pots obviously for these, because they're just the pots they were bought in. I love this little thing. I've forgotten its name. Is it on there? It's not on the pot. Can't remember what it's called at the moment. But it's nice because it kind of trails down. And then I've got this, and I took some babies off this, so they're just down here. Hopefully they will, well, some of them have thrown out roots, so the succulents continue to grow in number. So today I am sorting out the teenage chickens. So they've been in here as they've been growing up. They're now 3 months old, and I've been doing a YouTube series on them called Chick Check, but that's now ended. So I'm sorting them out. So the boys, like this Silky here, are going to be going down into the laying flock just until he's old enough to cull. He won't be messing with the hens because he's not old enough yet. So all these, this is a little boy as well. So all the boys are going to go into, the young boys are going to go into that laying flock until they're mature, and then they'll be chopped for the freezer. The pullets I'm going to keep in here just to raise them up, and then next month they're going to be going for sale. And then I'm going to be putting these two Danvers with their women, but at the moment they've just been keeping the teenagers under control. And then I need to try and sex these Igsworth. I thought I had 3 boys and 2 girls, but it's looking like I might now have 4 boys and 1 girl. So I'm going to hold off putting them down into the layers flock until I know who is who. So one thing I'm really happy with this year is the mina lobata. So this is the Spanish flag plant. It hasn't started flowering yet, but it has gone wild. I think all that rain and that heat. So I've got 3 sections of it. So this is the first section on this little bit of the trellis. Then I have got another one in here. It's not been as thrifty to grow, not been as fast, but it is coming on, and it's intertwining with this honeysuckle. I took 2 honeysuckle cuttings last year, and this is the first, and then here is the second. But this one is coming out as well, and then the last lot is down here, where I've got a few dahlias growing. And again, this is getting really, really wild. It's got all these strappy things. This didn't happen at all last year. I didn't get any of this strapping, and then it's all into the trellis already. So when this flowers, it's gonna be amazing. So I'm just checking on my carrots today. You can see they are all coming up really, really lovely. So these are the first ones that I sowed of the season. I haven't actually harvested any yet, but all these seedlings are coming up well. So I've got 2 rows of Amsterdam, 2 rows of Yellowstone, and I did put 2 rows of purple haze in. Thanks, Barry, over there. But you can see this row hasn't really come up very well. Now I do need to prick them all out, but I tend to leave them a lot longer. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong, but if I prick them out now, obviously I'll get lots of individually nice carrots. But what I do is I actually let them grow, maybe to about this tall, and then I prick them out, because then by that stage they've got a little bit of root on them. So what you do take out, you can eat, because it has a tiny, tiny, tiny little carrot root on the bottom, which is so sweet and delicious. So I eat that, and then I leave the big ones to remain and grow into proper carrots. So quite excited. Well, I've got to say, I was feeling pretty bad about doing the cockerel cull a couple of weeks ago. The crowing like that, the crowing competitions though between 7 cockerels was getting too much, so I culled 3 cockerels. But the girls are so much happier. This is one of the battery hens, and that was one of the battery hens, and you can see they're starting to grow their pin feathers. But the other damage, such as the one on this hen and this hen, were all done by overmating. But they're already starting to grow back. Poor little Onyx, who is an I am Samani, was almost bald. Look at her now. She looks wonderful. So actually, I'm really glad that I have culled those cockerels. I have still got one. Got Skeksis over there. But with him just on his own in here, these girls are so much happier. Hello and happy Sunday. So today I am going to be moving away from my original planting plan because I bought some new seeds yesterday. So I've seen a lot of people online growing these little tiny turnips. Now when I normally think of turnips, I think of blimmin' great big long things more like parsnips, but these are little short round circular ones. I've seen people particularly growing snowball. So as they were only £1 in Wilko's, I thought, well, let me grab some and I'm going to sow them into where I've got the carrots, because I've got half the bed probably as carrots, and then I don't know how far I'm going to get down with the carrots. There's probably one more sowing I'm going to do. So I thought, well, let me put some turnips in. They're fairly quick turnaround. I think they only take a couple of months. So yeah, I'm going to give these a go, and you can still plant them now, which is the nice thing. So that is this afternoon's job before the rain starts to pour, sowing this bed.